What's up guys, Luke Deutschlander here with another video. If you guys like my videos, make sure you like, share, and subscribe and drop some comments down below. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 5 golden rules of time management. These are basically just some rules and kind of some tips that I'm going to give you that I've kind of compelled over the years of doing business and just getting a lot of stuff done. Example, today I shipped out around 8 things. I've also got my entire living room painted. I do have painter skills, obviously. You know, you can't just go and paint a living room without any skills, so that's a little bit different. However, I do know how to get a lot of different things done at the same time, multitasking, etc. But that being said, you know, I answered many phone calls today, made some sales today, shipped out 8 things, got my entire living room painted. It's all about time management. A person who has really good time management skills could put in half the effort as somebody who has poor time management skills, and the person who has time management skills will get twice as much done with as little effort as possible compared to the person who tries to get a lot done but doesn't have very good time management skills. So that being said, time management skills are really important. You know, they're not extremely complicated, but it's just 5 golden rules basically that have compelled me to success and to get a lot of stuff done. And multitasking is definitely one of them. So that being said, I got basically 5 golden rules here written down, and we're going to jump right into them. So number 1 is basically know your goals or have a plan. When you go into the day, when you wake up in the morning, you got to have a plan. Now what I suggest is you can get a calendar. Like off to the left here, I've actually got a whiteboard calendar. You can write down dates, goals, or you can write down to-do tasks. I really think having a list or a plan at the start of the day is extremely important. It sounds simple, but if you do this every day, if you write your goals down or the tasks down that you need to accomplish every day, there's just something self-fulfilling about crossing off each task on the list throughout the day, and you'll also find yourself focusing better too. So the next thing on my list is basically you need to choose your time wisely. If you don't choose your time wisely, well, then you're not going to get anything done. Basically, important versus urgent. Like tasks that must be done, you got to do them right away. You want to pick those ones first. Then you got to differentiate important but not urgent. Tasks that appear important, example, would be, well, I really need to do this because I want to, not because it needs to get done. So that would basically be, you know, you need to differentiate important but not urgent. So important means it literally, you know, is important to you, like emotionally, like you maybe you have some emotional attachment to this task, but it's not necessarily urgent. Example, painting my living room. It was urgent due to the fact that if I don't get it painted, I'm not going to be able to do the next process or the next step of remodeling. If I don't get that all painted, well then I can't do new trim. So, or more or less, if I don't paint it, then I'm gonna have to tape off all the trim when I put it in anyways. So that being said, just got some sales right there. I'm sure you guys heard that. Sorry, I got excited. If you don't basically differentiate important versus urgent, you're never gonna get much done. And when you think of important tasks, think of stuff that like it seems important to you, but it doesn't necessarily have to be done. So tasks that appear important, but upon closer examination aren't, decide when to do them. Don't do them right away. Urgent but not important, tasks that make the most noise. Tasks that basically, when they're accomplished, have little or no lasting value. Delegate these if possible. Not urgent and not important, low priority stuff that often the illusion of being busy, do them later. So basically there's a couple different ways to kind of take this, but you really need to pick your task, figure out what's important, what's urgent, figure out what's not important and what's not urgent, put that all the way down to your list. In fact, honestly, don't even write the not urgent, not important tasks on the list. If it's something that can be put off, you know, for days upon days and it's not going to have any effect on anything, such as, I don't know, let's just say you need to empty your paper shredder, but you could probably go another 5 or 6 days without it. Like it's starting to get full, but it's not all the way up there. Don't even write that task on your board. So I'm sure some of this is jumping out at all of you. Think of tasks like that basically they don't even need to be written down. So that's number 2 basically on my list. 3, you just got to say no. So obviously you guys are your own bosses. If you have basically you know, a deadline, or you got to get certain tasks done, and you get, let's say you get requests or you get some kind of customer coming at you. Example, in phone flipping, let's say you've got 2 deals lined up for 2 iPhone X's, and let's say you're going to make $200 profit on each of them, and then you got somebody that's got an iPhone 6 that you're only going to make 50 bucks off, and he wants to meet right now, right now, and he will not take no for an answer. You got to tell him no. You got to delegate the most important or the most profitable tasks. If you don't do that and you don't know how to say no to tasks that are basically distracting you from the more important and the ones that are important and urgent, then you're going to fail in business and you're just not going to get a lot done. And it's super stressful when you feel like you've been busy all day but you really didn't get much accomplished. That's the worst thing, honestly. Number 4, this 4th golden rule is basically plan ahead. Kind of goes back to number 1, where you should be organizing, you should be tasking things out. But, of course, as you start getting through this list, you might want to start to write additional things down, or what I would call it as a bonus list. Bonus list is kind of just a little fun phrase that I came up with. It's when you get all of your initial tasks done on the list, you make a bonus list where basically, hey, if you're a superstar today and you get everything done on that task list, well, you can start to do the bonus tasks also. These are basically tasks that maybe you want to get done the following day. However, if you have a rock star day and you get done with your initial task, then you can do the bonus task. If you get through your bonus task at the very end of the day, we're going to go into rule 5, and this one's actually really important, and it's honestly, people overthink this, but it's rejuvenate. So if you get all of your tasks done, you do need to reward yourself a little bit, especially if you get through your bonus task. Well, maybe it's 9 o'clock at night. Don't keep working till like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. You got to work until you're done being productive. So if you keep working and you're not being productive, or basically you're not being efficient, like let's just say, I don't know, you just kind of slouch along, you start getting distracted because you're starting to get overly tired, you do need to, rejuvenate. You gotta get sleep, you gotta eat good, you gotta drink good, be healthy, and that honestly will basically help all of this on the list. Like if you wake up feeling rejuvenated, you're going to get everything done on that list. And if you can do that every single day, consistency every single day, you're going to get a lot done. Now, the guy that wakes up in the morning that doesn't have any kind of time management skills or any kind of plans or any kind of task, doesn't eliminate distractions, etc., he's not going to get as much done as you. Even if he works twice as hard or he thinks he works twice as hard, if you just make these tasks and get certain tasks done during the day and actually do them and actually follow the list that you make, I'm telling you, if you make a list and kind of follow these 5 golden rules, I promise you, if you repeat them day after day after day after day, you will have better results in life, your relationships, and business, and especially phone flipping, especially the prioritizing urgent and then, important tasks, and then delegating and differentiating, which one's important, which one's urgent, which one's not, etc. It's really important. And like I said, the biggest thing is losing that emotional attachment to important tasks that seem important, but really they actually have no effect or no lasting effect, whether they're done now or 3 days from now. You've got to knock out the important and urgent tasks first, then you've got to knock out the urgent task, then after that you've got to knock out the important task, and then last, and normally the phrase is but not least, but in this case, last and least is the not that important and not that urgent task. If you guys wake up in the morning and you make this list, and you make that initial list, and then as you get through that list, you make the bonus list, and you eliminate distractions, you delegate the right kind of tasks, and you rejuvenate yourself at the end of the day, maybe give yourself an hour before bed, 2 hours. If you do this, you will have major success this year, and you will have, more productivity than you've ever had. And it sounds so simple, and in a sense it is, but it's the consistency of it, and just remembering these 5 golden rules. If you remember these 5 golden rules, I promise you, you're going to get a lot done this year, and you're going to have an awesome year in business. So that being said, I hope this brought some value to the newer people out there, and a good refresher for possibly the veterans out there that don't have problems with time management skills. I know a lot of people are very smart. A lot of people, are productive, or more or less they try and be busy, but they just don't accomplish a lot because of time management skills. So I thought this was an important video to kind of do, and this is what I do kind of every day when I wake up. I try and make a task of things, and I try and get them all done, and then I make another list, or a bonus list throughout the day, and I get them all done. So this is exactly what I do. If you want results like I get, this is what you do. So that being said, make sure you all like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and I will see you in the next one.